knows her and he watches her and he pays attention to her. So I love that I'm seeing a frog right now. Hello, welcome back to my channel. I'm Kaylee and today I'm back to watch episode 3 of Apothecary Diaries. So last episode we really started getting into kind of the meat of the season and the storyline. The first episode was really fun. We had the little kitty cat, we had Jinshi having a sweet moment thinking about MaoMao. Episode 2 we're really starting to feel out like what the actual scheme could be and what MaoMao might be investigating this season. One of the really fun parts of episode 2 was getting to see more of Xiaolan, and then of course we saw a little bit of Shisui in the very first episode, but now we got to see her a little bit more in episode 2. I just love this little friendship trio of theirs. I think they're so cute, and then getting to know more about Shisui and seeing her weird kind of like niche, not very girly interests. I just feel like her and MaoMao were meant to be friends. So I hope we get more of that trio because I really love that for MaoMao, just having this little group of friends that she can really like hang out with and go investigate and find things with, and just, I don't know, like I feel like it gives her a little bit of a reprieve from her typical job duties. As far as the scheme goes, it kind of feels like there's poison being trafficked into the rear palace with some sort of goal that we just don't quite know yet. There were a lot of items that were sold at the caravan, the little festival where everyone went shopping. Those items on their own were not dangerous, but together and in large quantities can cause very severe reactions, specifically miscarriage, which is a problem for MaoMao's concubine xoxo. And MaoMao really loves her and I think respects her a lot. And she takes her job in the Jade Palace very seriously because xoxo is so good to her. So I feel like that's going to be kind of the underlying storyline that kicks us into the season. I feel like all of the little parts and pieces are going to probably get more complex and evolve and then eventually come together to give us some sort of answer at the end of it. Whatever it is, I trust MaoMao to figure it out. One thing that was so interesting to me was actually the jasmine tea. I've never seen like the bloom of the flower put in tea like that where it like expands. It was so beautiful. I was like, I don't know if I can get that on Amazon, but if I can, I want it. And of course we have to talk about the very end of that episode because Jinshi just cannot leave MaoMao alone. So of course he comes to the apothecary to sit with her. He does get his feelings hurt a little bit when she doesn't want to share her tea with him. And also she just makes a very funny joke about him kind of being a eunuch, even though he's not. He does get a little uptight about it. So I don't know if it's the fact that he didn't get to try some of the tea and maybe she wasn't so inclined to share with him and that kind of hurt his feelings, or if it's some sort of like internal turmoil with the fact that he's hiding a secret from her and wants her to know his true identity or feelings or whatever that might be. If you want to stick around through season 2 of Apothecary Diaries, go ahead and hit subscribe. If you want to see the uncut version of this reaction, it's going to be over on Patreon, so I'll put that link in the description box below if you want to check that out. But now let's jump into episode 3 of Apothecary Diaries season 2. Oh no. Oh, that's right. Oh my god. Okay, I totally forgot that at the very end of the episode, he was told that a mid-level concubine passed away. So, from poison. Okay. Well, I don't even, how did I forget that? Bedridden.
どうしてちょうだいお願いしますはいよ邪魔しちゃ悪いな勘が行方不明ですか
そうなんだよせっかく年季も明けるし結婚も間近だったってのに英雄会でかんざしを贈られたそうだよしかも結構出世が期待されている年間から
This is interesting because remember MaoMao was given a lot of hairpins, specifically one from Jinshi, and she doesn't really know what that means. And a couple people were like, do you know what that means? And she definitely didn't know what that means. So I wonder if she's gonna like put 2 and 2 together, or if someone's gonna tell her, and then that's gonna become a conversation between her and Jinshi of like, why did you give me this hairpin? I don't know. I don't know if it always means that though. I'm just kind of guessing.
何か心当たりでもあるんですか
それがないんだよねまあ全くない話でもないけどさ
今日は外で茶会か こもりっきりでは解任を疑われるもんな。そろそろ気づいている者もいるだろう。問題はその相手が有害か無害かだ。
Oh, true.
マオマオ、こちらへ。お呼びでしょうか。ええ、こちらが。
では場所を変えようか。
それでどのようなご用でしょうか。
最近帝が妃たちに娯楽小説を配っているのは知っているな。あくまで構想段階だが、こういうものを作ってみてはと思っている。庶民の間では手習い所というのが。
Oh my
下
gosh.
女のための学校か。
That's so
いいと思い
sweet.
ます。
いつもの視線はどうした？
Wait, okay, it's so funny how they're reacting right now, but that is actually so sweet of him and like so thoughtful of him. And I know that ultimately, the more people there that are educated and literate, the better, right? Because then they can be, I guess, more specialized in the roles they're doing. But I love this. I think it's really cool and like it shows like how genuine he is, I guess, because I feel like there's also could be a motive to keep them uneducated, right? Especially if you're just looking for servants, not necessarily court women. So I love this. I love this plan. I also love their reaction to her just giving them a compliment. Like, this is a great idea. Mind blown. So hilarious.
その反応は何でしょうか。
いや、なんか落ち着かなくて。
マゾメ。実際学びたいものもおりますし。
He does love getting under her skin though, so I can see why that would be unsettling.
そうか。
そちらはあまり手入れが行き届かず、使われていない建物もあると聞きます。そこを回収すれば十分かと。表向きは職業訓練としてはいかがでしょう。飯の種になると分かれば、より人が。
This is like a little project they can work on together.
たまにおやつも与えてみるとか。発想は悪くないが、育ちがいい分爪が甘いんだよな。
That's what you're there for.
自覚があるから聞いてくるんだろうけど。
ああ、それともう一つ。お前、キノコには詳しいか？
まあ、食用にも跳躍にも使いますので。
まったくだ。医局でイカンと松茸を食べていたやつもいた。果樹園の果実もよくなくなりそうだ。
あれは毒キノコじゃない。それに果樹園のは血と間引きしただけだ。
間違えて食べそうなものをあらかじめ処分してほしい。その際、どんな毒キノコがあるかも教えてくれ。頼んだぞ。
わかりました。何かあるかもしれないが、面白そうだ。
Right, this is a perfect job for her.
さて、どこから行こうかな。花園に果樹園に松林。
I have not looked at spoilers. I have not read any of this. Not the manga, not the light novel. I've not read, I don't know anything. But I've heard there's a frog scene and something about a frog. And that's all I know. I know nothing else about it. So I love that I'm seeing a frog right now because apparently it's quite a scene.
女官がこっそり取るなら、人の手が頻繁に入る場所や南側は省いても良さそうだ。なんだこの匂い。妙にツンとするような。おかえりって。大変充実した一日でした。
I just love
使える
her.
キノコも収穫できた。
すぐに玉葉様の夕げだから早く着替えてね。
はい。お二人の手首に黒い紐。
What does that mean?
夕げの後に出かけるわ。あなたも一緒に来てちょうだい。
つまり高級で誰か高貴な方が亡くなられたと。
Oh.
jinshiという妃でね。中級妃でも上位の方よ。食中毒を起こしたらしくてそのまま。帝が通われることもなかったのだから。正確に難がある方だったの。他の妃や女官への嫉妬が激しくて、中傷したり立場の低い者には暴力まで。そんな折よ、姫を身ごもった玉葉様が毒を盛られたのはこうなってほっとしてしまったの。
To be honest, I'm glad she's gone.
その際、どんな毒キノコがあるかも教えてくれ。
なぜ神子様はキノコを調べろと言っ
I wonder why he just didn't tell her Like, I don't know, I feel like he's always pretty straightforward about why he's asking her to do the things he's asking her to do. So it's kind of weird that he didn't just tell her why.
翡翠宮の人間を疑っているからだ。
Oh.
人皮を毒キノコで殺した犯人だと。腹の内がバレたら今後の信頼関係に影響するだろうとなると疑われているのを私か。毒キノコ探しを頼む体でこちらの反応を見ていたのだとしたら。
Although, you know what? I feel like he should know that MaoMao wouldn't do that. Like, that doesn't even seem like something she'd be interested in, like, pursuing, period, right? Like, she'd rather just eat poison herself, like, if we're being completely honest. So it's kind of, I don't think he would suspect her, but he probably had to investigate it just because that is, like, his job. Honestly, think maybe the head lady in waiting could be the one.
何かにかぶれたのか。
どうぞ。
でも今の傷をせめてどんな症状があったのか生前に聞けていればな。
What? Okay, so I don't know who that is.
あの顔のただれ。
お前キノコには詳しいか？
お月の侍女たちまで肩身の狭い思いを。
人士様の探したかったものが。
Oh.
昨日騒ぎを起こした女は孫妃という下級妃だと聞いた。しかし一昨年のちょうど今頃。
なんでどうしてこんな。
謎の病にかかり。ではなぜその下級妃が人妃の葬儀であんなことをしたの。
Dang.
見つけた。
So maybe this concubine has just been like poisoning a bunch of people and someone figured it out and did it to her.
これはどこで見つけた？
北の雑木林です。それ自体珍しいのですが大変危険な代物です。ほんの一かけら口にしただけで致死量に達し触れるだけでも毒性を発揮。それ以上近づかないでください。
The way that her voice got so serious and like went up an octave. Oh.
昔親父と薬草を採取していた時に同じキノコを見つけまして。
触ったのか？
はい。すぐに洗い流しま
Oh
した
my
が、こ
god.
の通りです。
It never goes
その
away.
包帯の下にも。
他は私がやった実験の後です。
実験ってなんだ？
趣味です。
なんだ趣味とは？
そんなことはどうでもよく。
そんなこと？
He's so
葬儀で
concerned.
見た人皮の遺体は肌がただれ。
2年前孫妃が突然謎の病にかかり毒物が原因だと疑われた。その犯人と噂されていたのが
人皮。
人妃にも孫妃と同じ症状が現れた。月に一度は様子を見に行っていたがろくに話もできない状況だった。耐えきれず毒を含んで自殺した。というの
Oh.
が仕えていた侍女たちの証言だ。
No, I feel like someone definitely killed
一
her.
見辻褄は合う。だがだとするとおかしいです。
Okay.
どういうことだ？
口の中には炎症も起こりますが顔にまで広がるとは聞いたことがありません。遺体の顔の腫れはまだ新しいものに見えました。直接毒キノコをこすりつけたような。お、
言いたいことがあるなら言ってみろ。
Right.
数日いただけませんか。
しかし何を調べるつもりなのでしょう、シャオマンは。
わからん。だがああいう時の薬屋はあとは証拠を探すだけ。
Oh, that was so sweet because he knows her and he watches her and he pays attention to her. And so he knows exactly what her like routine and her mannerisms are. She's in full investigation mode. Oh. True?
これが証拠というわけですか。
Who was
あ
that?
の遺体人皮で間違いなさそうだ。装飾品に人皮の
Okay,
紋が
okay.
本物は林に埋め
So
られ
who was the
別人が
woman?
なりすましていたのだと思います。行方不明の女官をご存知ですか。 結婚を前に姿を消したタオさんという方です。聞き込みをしたところ、背格好もよく似ているとか。
ジンヒの次女と共謀していたと。
おそらく。詳しい事情は分かりませんが、ジンヒは自分に似た女官が求愛されたことが気に食わなかったのだ。実際タオはひどく当たられていたらしい。
Damn.
それでいさかいとなったのか、事件か事故か、ジンヒは死んだ。結婚話が進むにつれて身代わりを続けることは不可能になっていく。
Dang. MaoMao is so smart.
証拠が残っていましたので。キノコです。あの辺りに生えていたキノコは動物の死体や糞尿の近くを好んで生えるんです。通りで独特な腐臭がしていたはずです。まさか
She's so excited for the situation.
大変面白いキノコがたくさんあるんです。
死体に生えるキノコが没収だ。
No. No.
死体から生えるキノコか。あるとすれば、どんな姿でどんな紅葉があるのだろう。
Okay, that feels like MaoMao's like first big mystery solving moment of the season so far. She is so smart. Like, even as I'm watching this as a third person, I'm like trying to figure out what the motives are, why someone would do all of this and go through all of these like steps. And then she's like, here's a fully conjecture based story that makes complete and total sense that she just figured out from being observant. She's a genius. I also love how excited she just got over being able to go pick mushrooms and then the mushrooms that she found. I low-key am kind of sad for her that Jinshi took them away at the end, because like that's so much work to go out there and find them, and like what harm does it do really to just let her play around with some mushrooms? The moment that he goes, when the apothecary gets like this, you know she's just waiting for one more piece of the puzzle. He's so sweet. He just knows her so well and like pays such close attention to her. And it feels like even more than season 1, he is finding reasons to spend more and more time around her and like observe her more and more. I actually have no idea why she's thinking about potential corpse mushrooms, like, and they were blue. I don't have any idea what that means. If you want to stick around for season 2 of Apothecary Diaries, go ahead and subscribe. The uncut version of this reaction is over on Patreon, and the link is in the description box below. And I will see you next week for episode 4 of Apothecary Diaries season 2. Bye.